Well, I just screwed up a 7-minute video. If you see, there's that cop sitting right there speed trapping in Huntsville by the University of Alabama, or University of Huntsville, I guess, UAH. I guess it is University of Alabama, Huntsville. Yeah, it's, there's a cop sitting right there. Slow down, you're gonna get a ticket. Come on, Tate. So me and Tate are just out walking the neighborhood. This is part 2. Had to stop. She made a mess in somebody's yard, and I'm not a dick, so I stopped and cleaned it up. I carry poop bags. Now she's sniffing all the dogs in Huntsville walk. I was just commenting on that cop that loves to sit right there. They do it all the time. I think it's, BS. I don't think you should be able to do that. Speed traps. I don't know. Feels awful lot like entrapment. There's laws against that, but I don't know. I'm not a cop. I'm not a lawyer, but they do. And people will try to blast through that intersection because, as you see, it turns down to 1 lane right there. And it's 4 lanes on the other side of that light, so they will rush to try to get ahead of somebody. Then they end up 10 miles over the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, and that D-bag cop behind the sign back there will ticket you because you were just in a rush. 5-10 over, not the smartest thing to be doing, but my personal opinion, I got a lead foot and I go everywhere fast. I don't do the time on my GPS as an ETA. I do it as a challenge and try to cut 5 minutes off the arrival time by doing well over the speed limit. I admit my faults there. I like to go fast, and then I also like to go faster. So, I understand that guy might get him a ticket. Let's see. Is he gonna get him? Oh, nope, he pulled out. There he goes. See you later, Mr. Officer. So he's going to find him another spot, I guess. See, there he goes. Right there. See you later, dude. I think he thinks I screwed up his hiding spot for now. Unfortunately, I only have like 8 or 9 subscribers, so I really didn't do anything other than run a cop off of his speed trap, which I think that's an accomplishment for today. I feel really good about our walk. Hey, Tato, we just ran a cop off. See, look at that. He's not speed trapping anymore. That's awesome. So maybe these guys can hurry up and get where they're going without getting a ticket. Oh well, not all heroes wear capes. Some guys wear, some heroes wear blue jeans and a t-shirt and walk around campus with a dog. You're welcome, whoever didn't get that ticket in that red Jeep that was doing well over the speed limit. They'll never know I saved them. It's all right though, I don't mind. All right, now we're going to hook a left on John Wright and go through campus. I do have to admit, man, UAH here in Huntsville has a great campus. It's really nice. All the buildings look like they've been modernized. The landscaping's fantastic, and I know one of their landscapers, but they do a very good job keeping this place looking good. Lots of greenery, lots of shaded paths. We'll make it through campus here shortly. It's not a long walk. Tato can't decide what side of the sidewalk she wants to walk on, so she's back and forth. I assume it's because all of the other foot traffic and dogs. As I've seen a bunch of people come through here, and I know it's a favorite place to walk their dogs. So everybody in my neighborhood that has dogs and actually walks them, they come through here. Most of them keep theirs pinned up though. I haven't seen but only 3 or 4 dogs actually walking around, and there's a ton of them. Trust me, from the number of barks at 3 in the morning, there's a lot. So I hope I don't bore you guys too much. It is just a content day. I'm just filming. I still haven't downloaded any editing software, so you guys get the raw film. Maybe this is how everybody starts. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. I haven't gotten any advice from anybody. I'm just kind of shooting video and praying that you guys like and share, and maybe I do something funny or stupid or accidental or catch something happening and I go viral, and then I get 1 million subscribers, and then I can make money by walking around filming things with my dog on our adventures, which I don't always want to walk. I'm going to get a bike and maybe get her a sidecar. That's the eventual goal, would be to throw in her sidecar and take off on a ride somewhere, go hiking and kayaking and boating and all kinds of fun stuff. But we're not at that level yet. My bike is still broke down. I will need to fix it or replace it. Meanwhile, we will continue our trip. And I have noticed everybody is really nice in Huntsville, and they'll stop and let us do the crosswalks. I think it's law. I don't know. They're not here to see you. I think they're here to learn, kid. She's convinced that if you walk within 400 feet of her, you are obviously in her general area just to pet her. She gets really, really disappointed. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of confused about some of the clothing, and I really couldn't tell. Maybe dude, maybe chick, I'm not sure. No offense meant to anybody, but I couldn't tell, and I don't want to offend anybody. Whomever that person was, walked past her, smiled at her. Kitty thought she was getting petted. Was really, really disappointed when it didn't happen. Here is sorority row, fraternity row. Not sure. I know what the difference is, but I'm not sure. See, I don't know. It's Delta Chi, whatever. I don't know. I also don't speak Greek, so I'm not sure if anybody knows if that's the fraternities or the sororities. I didn't see a sign. Nope, just a fitness center sign. We've made it to the dorms. This looks like public housing. I've never quite understood why college dorms, other than keeping costs down, would make it look like you live in, you know, in the projects. You pay so much for school, they could at least make it look like you're living somewhere enjoyable. And again, economy, you know, totally understand budgeting and economy and stuff like that, but hey, you know, make college a little more enjoyable. After all, people spend a year at a time in those dorms, only moving when they move classes, I believe. Not 100% sure how it worked. Never actually lived in the dorm. Both my degrees, I lived at home. One was online and one was a college campus, but it was associate's degree, so I just drove down every day. Let's see. It does not say. I was hoping to see on this sign if it said if that was fraternities or sororities. Now I'm just curious. I just like to know things. So now I was just curious whether or not that was a fraternity or sorority. Maybe both, because apparently Pi Kappa Alpha welcomes you. Oh, look, these are maybe sorority dorms or something, because that's the Pi Kappa Alpha dorm. I don't know. I bet these guys would know, but I'm not going to bother with them. Oh, fantastic. Tato, gotta stop smell the flowers, kid. Always, look at that. That is gorgeous. Kitty, come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Let's get a picture of you. Let's come here. Nope, come here. Come here. Come here. All right. Nope, nope. She is too curious about what's going on. There's some people over there giving directions to somebody that's lost on campus. I had to take a break in the shade. It is getting hot quick. And I've seen all these flowers, and it was just gorgeous. So we stopped for a second. All right, I guess we will head on out. Nod to the people doing the landscaping here. It is gorgeous. That guy's not going to give you his biscuit. Come on. Come on. They're definitely not here to give you food, kid. Again, they were close, so they had to have been there to pet her. Now, smart cars. Okay, let's talk about smart cars. How is that even a thing? Man, that's like putting your go-kart on the road. You know, throw a little plastic body on top of it and roll with it, bro. I'm like, man, that looks like something that should be in Mario Kart. There should be a special lane. I would not drive one of those. I've seen some gigantic cars with new safety features just get mashed up in an accident. And somebody gonna drive around in a tin can like that? No, thank you, people. I have better things to die in. I'll just get on my bike. That's fine. At least I'm putting my safety in my own hands there. There's just no way I could trust a smart car. No. That's the science building, obviously. All science buildings, it's like there's some kind of unwritten rule that all science buildings have to have some kind of weird visual structure. I don't think that big pipe actually does anything. I don't see any reason why it would. I'm sure they don't have anything pumping steam or exhaust out. I'm sure you can see, where's it at? No, there it is. That thing. It's on the science building. I have no idea why. Of course, you know, again, unwritten rules and all of that. It's a science building, so it must have some kind of weird structural element, of course, I'm sure. And here behind me we have Chargers Stadium. During season, it gets loud. I live just a quarter mile, probably, if that, from the stadium, and when they have games, it does get loud. We've almost made it to the park, though, that I get to complain about, because, I mean, they've got tons and tons of baseball fields, lots of stuff, but who actually wants to play on it? I don't really see many people go to it. They go and park in it and then, I think, go to the campus maybe, but they do not really, I don't know, do anything in the park, because it's really not much of a park. I don't know. Feels like some kind of community development project that really wasn't worth anything. This guy knows the shortcut. Hello, utility contractor. You can actually drive through campus and through the park up until they close the gate at 6 and cut through the neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that. If they did, I'd have a lot more traffic. But all right, what we're gonna do is take this right and we'll loop around Charger Stadium field. It's not really a stadium, it's just a field surrounded by a fence. I think stadium requires there to actually be walls and a roof structure of some sort. I don't know. Again, sorry, just rambling. Now that's an observatory, and I bet they do. All right. I now want to know, or these shades, I can't see anything on this screen. Let me see. Turn up the brightness. There we go. Hey, there we are. There it is. That. I'm curious as whether that's a working observatory or not. I wish I was a student here so I could go find out. I've always wanted to use one of those super big telescopes to look at the stars. I've had a couple small ones, of course, you know, $100 Walmart specials, nothing major. I've always wanted to get a really expensive one like the one in Can't Buy Me Love. That dude could see, I don't know, maybe a different galaxy, but that was $1,000 telescope, and I'm more apt to spend $1,000 on bikes and bike parts than on a telescope. No, even though I really want one. That's one of those later in life when I figure out how to get rich. I've been working on a get rich quick scheme for 40 years. At this point, I'm thinking it's probably not quick anymore, for sure. So now I'm in a more of a get rich slow scheme, I guess, which involves working until the day I die and never being rich. But maybe I'll get lucky. I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket for that $800 million lottery. Maybe I'll get lucky this time, and this will be my big break. The $800 million lottery. I'll go home with like $300,000 once they tax it, and I can live for 4 or 5 months off of that. Who knows? It would be amazing. Might drive to Tennessee today. Don't have a whole lot of anything going on. I was waiting on my clearance to come through for my job that I'm supposed to start, but I really actually think it's my fault this time. Usually is. I tend to be a bit self-destructive. So this time, here's what happened. I decided that I want to be somebody different, so I became somebody different. 3 weeks ago, my name was Jonathan McCoy Smith, and I went to the courthouse and I decided that I was no longer going to be Jonathan McCoy Smith. That was just old. I was tired. 40 years, everybody's known me as John Smith. I've heard 4 million Pocahontas jokes, and I'm just done with it. I never really cared for the name. Didn't mean a whole lot to me. So I changed it. Now my name is not Jonathan McCoy Smith. Tato, come on. It is Deacon Jonathan Wolfwood. So the name on my account actually is my name. Well, in the middle of this name change, I got a job offer. I also have a security clearance that I was under investigation for. It's a whole process. Anybody that's not familiar, you fill out 400 pages of paperwork, and then it takes months from to dig through every piece of your background, ask you a whole bunch of crap questions, and then you hopefully get a clearance. And I was at the point where they were doing the background investigation. I had my security clearance interview, and then I got laid off. Now you have 90 days from that point, if you have interim clearance, for someone else to sponsor you, pick it up, and let you have clearance. So, you know, I didn't think anything about it. I wasn't planning on getting another government job. I really didn't care that much about the clearance. It's just Huntsville, you know, and most jobs here are government contracts. You know, between NASA and Redstone Arsenal, there's just a lot of government contracts here. So anyway, not thinking about it, I went ahead, did the name change, and then I got a job offer who decided to pick up my clearance. Now, I could be wrong. They're trying to work out the details now. I was supposed to start this coming up Monday. They said the JPass system was down, which I find hard to believe. It's pretty much never down. Not at that level, I assume. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a JPass guy, and I don't work with it, so I don't know. But regardless, I was trying to start last week, this week, whatever. And the company that's picking up my clearance was unable to get my interim clearance paperwork or whatever, and now they're in a mad dash to get it before the close of business today, because if they don't have it before close of business, I can't start Monday, because even though the 6 months of contract I've got to work first doesn't require me to work with any sensitive data, or actually even requires a clearance, I can't start, because once I get past that 6 months, or for some reason they hire me sooner than that, I've got to have clearance to work on some of the projects. So since I will have access to sensitive data, I have to have the clearance to start, and I can't start until it does. So now I am really just trying to kill time so that I'm not stressed out all day worried about this freaking job. I've been out of work for 6 weeks now, I guess. And turns out that Alabama's unemployment's a freaking joke, man. Seriously, they max out at $265, which I had them pre-tax, so my checks have been $238. Now I went from making $87,000 a year to making $238 a week, and that is a huge drop. Obviously, just for you guys that aren't good at math, that's a huge cut in pay. And I had a lot of bills. You know, I got used to living at $87,000. I was there for almost a year, and I really enjoyed that lifestyle, and I've got bills. I'm paying rent for the first time in my life. Well, for a long time. I say in my life, but for a long time. Out of the last 15 years or so, I've only paid rent 5 years. The rest of the time I lived with my wife, and we own the house, but now it's a different situation, and I'm renting, and $238 a week, if I put all of that into the bank and didn't spend any of it, would pay my rent and leave me enough for groceries for about 3 days. Actually, I probably, let's see, 2, 4, 6, that's $800, and then $38 a week. I don't know, $125 or so. Just a little off. Don't bash me too hard on the math. I'm just walking around hot on a Friday. I don't really care. But it would not leave much room for anything else. So I really need to get to work. I've been trying to push for it, but you know, that's just my life. Things happen. It's my luck. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me. Tato, it's just a tree. Come on. No dogs. Unfortunately, this one's just gonna have some shots of Tato walking around, enjoying herself, and mostly me rambling about random things. I just wanted something to relieve the stress, and turns out that creating things, regardless of what it is. I've been painting the last couple of days. This week I spun out 3 paintings that turned out really well. I was really pleased with them. That's something I found a passion for, but I'm out of canvas. I need to go buy some more paint. I really do enjoy acrylic on canvas. I would like to get into oil on canvas as well. It's a harder medium to use, and it takes a lot more technique. It's a much more technical style of painting, and I'd like to get into that. But the oils are so expensive, and you get such a small quantity. Whereas I can go buy the bottles of acrylic, and it's thinner, so you got to work with a little different. But I don't mind. I enjoy the wet on wet technique I can use with the thinner acrylic mediums, and you can get those bottles, like, I don't know, like 10 of them for $5. They're like, even big bottles are like $2 a piece. So I can get lots and lots of acrylic to paint with. I just need canvas. Costs a little prohibitive right now. I am going to get into probably stretching and framing my own canvases eventually, and then I'll just go buy big rolls of canvas. Tato, that's poop. Come on. Once I can I can stretch my own canvases, then I won't have such a problem. I'll be able to paint way more, and then I'll just pour money into buying lots and lots of paint and having fun. I was really pleased with how those 3 came out. Probably could have put a, I don't know, 2-3 minute video up of me showing off those paintings, just because, you know, I'm really proud of them. So now I'm assuming you've been noticing in the background all these baseball fields. I mean, there are batting cages, there are baseball fields, there's a little slide setup. Looks like a play place out of a McDonald's, really. It's actually got a dude with 4 of his kids playing right now. Maybe 4, 3 or 4, I don't know. Had a bunch of kids. I assume they were his. 1 vehicle, 1 dude, bunch of kids. I kind of got a feel for it just to make sure it was okay to have that 1 dude with all those children. For anybody asks, yes, it's a white guy. I'm not racially profiling anybody, but I'm always concerned when I see a whole bunch of kids and random adult. I don't trust people. But he appears to be the parent or guardian, so left him alone, didn't say nothing, kept on walking, not my business. Now, here's our park. This is for the whole neighborhood, and surprisingly, they do have publicly accessible restrooms that I assume are unlocked during the day, but get ready for it. Bam, that's the whole park. We got a cheap slide set up and a little swing set, and that's the whole park. Hope you didn't blink. Oh, well, wait, sorry, I missed it. If you look right over there, there's the spinning wheel of death, also known as a merry-go-round. Back in the day, we'd get on there, and whoever was the strongest would try to spin it and see if they could throw one of us off. I was a little skinny, weak dude. Guarantee you, I came off the first time every time. Josh, Joe, you guys could hang on. You guys were always stronger than me. I can take you now, though, Joe. Hope you watch this. Call me. Tell me it ain't true. Maybe we'll get out in the yard and wrestle a little bit. I'll show you I can take you, even after having 4 ribs pulled. Oh, second car. We got 2 people. Are they going to stop and play at the park? They are. All right, we've made it through our neighborhood now. Through the park. Morning. She's super friendly with other dogs, so she's fine. No worries, just want to let you know she's fine with other dogs too, so she won't start nothing. You have a good one.
Well, he'll run like he's gonna.
That she'll do that too.
Wanna be friends, it seems like.
I appreciate it.
Huh?
Come on, Tato. Let's go so she can let her baby dog go. We'll cross the street. Oh. Good people with good dogs. She's got a friendly dog, but she knows that it's a little, you know, it kind of runs at you and acts kind of aggressive being your friend, but she didn't want it to scare nobody, so she grabbed a hold of it. Come on, Tito. Also, I keep Miss Ma'am on a leash because you never do know. She wouldn't bite anybody, but she might get a little protective of me. I don't know. I don't want to put her in that situation. I don't want to get her hurt either, because she might go after somebody in my defense. And because of that, I keep her on the leash. And also, you know, we walk along the roads a lot since there's nowhere else to walk in Huntsville. It's all roads. So I keep her on a leash to make sure that she doesn't run out and get in any trouble. You know, she doesn't get hit by a car or get attacked by somebody's dogs. Now, you know, when we're on the road, you get over there. Come on. She should know by now. When I'm walking with a woman, whether it's my girl or my girl, I always walk on the outside. That's a gentleman rule. For anybody that doesn't know of it, the gentleman's rule is you always walk on the outside, so that if a car does lose control, you can push her out of the way and you take the hit. I'll sprinkle those throughout the videos as we go. I do think that men should step up their game a little bit. A lot of bit. Let's be honest. Guys, y'all are douches. You need to step up your game. Alright. Hold doors, hold umbrellas, open doors, you know, walk on the outside. All of the things in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s that apparently, come on, we're almost home. Okay, so here's the thing. She's gotten hot and she wants to stand in the shade now. So she doesn't want to walk anymore. Tato, the house is like a quarter mile. Come on, we're almost there. I forgot her water today, which was terrible. I actually usually carry a water bottle. Come on. I carry a water bottle that's got a silicone bowl on it that you can fold out. I even filled it up, and I went inside and sat it down to grab my sunglasses, came back out with my sunglasses, and left the water in the house. So when we get home, she has a nice cold bottle of water to drink. Until then, she's going to slow down in every bit of shade. She's been just trotting along, but now that we're in the shaded areas, she slows down to this trot. No, you're not laying in their yard, kid. Come on. You can lay down in the house. Look, she is done. She's like, oh my God, Dad, we walked forever. Not true. I mean, you guys have been along for the ride. It's been like an hour maybe, and that's because she keeps slowing down to sniff everything. Can we get home, kid? Got water and shade. It's cool in the house. The AC's running. That's probably a lie. I tend to get up in the morning, turn the AC off, and let it stay off until about lunchtime when it starts warming up in the house. Once it hits about 75, I turn it on. See, now we're in the sun, and she'll just trot along. Come on. See, she'll pick up to a trot in a heartbeat. All right. She's got a little perky. She's seen a squirrel. She won't actually chase it. She's on the leash. But now watch. All right. Now watch when we get into the shade. Now I'm not walking any slower. Really, Tato? Really? See, she gets in the stage and she's like, oh, I don't want to do it. Get in the sun, trot, 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 trot. Get in the shade. I don't want to do it. Even though we're literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3 houses down from mine. She wants to stop in all the shady spots because, you know, it's just so hot. Now I know she's got long hair. Other videos, I don't know if I posted them or not. If you see her laying on the couch with me in one of my future videos, we shave all of her underneath. So her belly, everything, she's cool. Her hair's only long on top. She's got an undercut. Basically, you know, today's popular undershave. Dog version. So she acts like she's super hot. She's not. She's not. I make sure the pavement's not too hot for her to be walking on. I came out here barefooted, make sure it wouldn't hurt her pads. I'm super sensitive over my dog. I want to make sure she's okay, but she acts like she's gonna die. Look, we're at the house now, and she's still being hesitant. Hey, you want to go inside? Well, all right, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining me on this trip around the block. Welcome to my neighborhood. We've made it back to the house. Remember, like, share, subscribe, help me build this channel. I'd really like to get up to 1,000 followers and start doing live videos. I'd like to monetize the stream and try to get some extra income. I'd like to improve the stream, make it where you guys have a more enjoyable experience. I've got a friend who's supposed to be designing me an intro. Curtis, that's you, my man. This is video number 5 or 6, I don't know. Something along those lines. I hope to have a title page or a frame of some sort. Not sure what he has in mind, but Curtis is supposed to be building it for me. Come on, kid. And we'll find out soon. So, join me in the future for more videos. Remember, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Oh, well, hey, before I get off here, I actually hung one of my paintings. This is one I just completed. That's the most recent one, actually hanging on my wall. So, right there. All right, guys. Join me in the future again. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, help build a channel. See you on the next one.